Hey all, Heretic here with your weekly Hearthstone Battleground Anomaly update. And hey, guess what? This will be our last Tuesday together. Not because I myself am going anywhere, but because Anomalies are going somewhere. As you know, at the end of the month, should be around December 5th, we're going to get the reset. We're all going to be going down to 0 MMR, and Anomalies are going to be departing. So this is the last batch of 3 Anomalies you're gonna have to deal with, or if you like Anomalies, get to deal with. I'm still kind of on the fence about them sometimes. I think I like Anomalies overall. My problem is the week to week, the ones you see more because they get bumped up a little extra. And we're gonna probably next week or so do a tier list of all the Anomalies, because I think that would be fun. Once we've played them all, we get to do a whole breakdown of them. But for now, let's look at the last batch of Anomalies we're going to get and see how we feel about these. Now let's get in and see which ones we have this week. The last 3 new Anomalies we're going to be getting are Feline Fortune. After another hero dies, discover a minion from their warband. It keeps enchantments. So basically everybody is Bigglesworth, the hero that when someone dies, you get a minion from their warband you discover. And yes, if this is gold, if it has all of its buffs on it, you get everything. So it'll get a triple from it, you'll get value. Yeah, it seems like no matter what happens when I play Bigglesworth, if I fight someone who's got 3 golden minions, I'm offered the 3 without. But if you're lucky enough to get the golden minions with all the buffs, and hey, maybe even synergizes with your board, you're in good shape. I kind of like this one because I enjoy Bigglesworth. And I think that it's fun if everybody gets it. My problem is going to be my problem with all Anomalies for the most part, that the discovers are not going to be all the same. We're all going to get offered a different set of discovers, a different variation. And I think that's where basically every Anomaly suffers when you just discover from different ones. When we're all offered the same things, I feel like they're pretty balanced. But when you get shit like this, where it's like, hey, I get the 3 non-gold minions that suck and you get offered 3 gold minions that are great, not going to feel pretty good, but I'm still looking forward to playing it. Next up, we have No Face, No Case. Every 4 turns, get a Faceless Manipulator that copies a minion of your choice. So Faceless Manipulator is a tier 1 3/3 battle cry. Choose a minion and become a copy of it. So the nice thing about this is if it follows the rules that Faceless Manipulator used to follow, not a friendly minion. You can copy the shop, you can copy one of your own, so you could set up triples. If you have a minion and then you see another of them in the shop, you can then copy the second one in the shop and then buy that, and all of a sudden you've got a triple. There's a lot of ways you can get some value out of this, so I do really like Faceless Manipulator in this regard. I actually thought it was a fine card when it was in the game. I believe it was at tier 5, and I know it was kind of polarizing, but everybody has access to it, and it's not horribly broken. The real issue with Faceless Manipulator was it was neutral, so it was in every game, so it was very impactful. But the Anomaly, we're used to craziness, this will fit right in. In the very last one I'm going to hit, I think is kind of a good way to finish it. This is going to be the end of Anomalies, and it's the 11th Hour. The first time your hero takes fatal damage, prevent it, gain 11 gold next turn instead. So let's say there's only 3 of you left and you have 30 health and you take 31 damage. It's going to prevent all of that damage. You're going to get an 11 gold extra in your following turn and basically lose your fancy ice block. That's essentially what this is. We all have fancy ice block. And I think that's kind of cool. It even promotes you to take a risk. Why not? If you already know your board's weak, but you can go to tier 6 and maybe find something, just go for it. Just go jump for it and get that card you need. And why not? You know you're not going to die, and you know then you're going to get extra gold for it. So it's encouraging you to take a chance. I kind of like this. And if it's not actual ice block, because it's something called 11th Hour, you happen to get ice block, how does that work? Do they pop at the same time? Will one pop and then the other pop? These are things I want to see, but I kind of like this one being the finish. So that's it. That's Anomalies. That's all we're getting. We're done with this. What'd you think? Did you have Anomalies you liked? Did you have Anomalies you thought sucked? We're going to cover all that in a tier list probably next week. I can see that happening because I think there's a lot to unpack, and I don't want to let anomalies go. I really want to dig in to see what people think about them. And I don't want this little video be the end of them. I want to have a nice big finish, talk about all the anomalies, group some of them because it would take a long time to cover them all if we went into fine detail. But I think they do deserve a final comment from everybody. Hey all, thanks for watching. I hope you had a good time and you learned a couple things. See you in the Battlegrounds. Until then, later.